In the last 24 hours, I made $35,852. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did it in this video. My name is Alessandro and I work in the gym. In the last 24 hours, I made 6 sales of personal training worth a value of 35 grand, almost $36,000, which is crazy. And there was 2 ways that I did it. The only way you can add value to a business is in 2 ways. You can either make your customers worth more or you can get more customers. That's the only 2 ways it happens. And these $36,000 that I made happened in both those ways. I made 4 sales to existing members and 2 sales to new members. We're going to break down how to make your current customers worth more because it's easier to do. Offer them a greater level of service. It's easier than you think, but if you don't ask, you don't receive. I was looking through all of the memberships that are in the gym, and I've made a list of the members that were close to what our upsell is. And I asked them. In total, all 4 sales conversations probably took me 4 minutes. I had 6 sales conversations, 4 customers decided to ascend on the dot right there. Very little convincing needed, because more than likely your current customers already want more of what you have, especially if they've been there for a while. And make sure to ask your customers, because that is the easiest way to make your business more valuable. And you just got to do it. Find the customers that are on a lower tier of service or any tier of service and offer them a greater level of service. As simple as that. No sales tricks, no frameworks. Offer your current members a higher level of service, and I guarantee you at least one of them will take you up on that offer, if not many more. I made a list of all 83 members that we have, exactly what memberships they're on, how much profit we are making per session, how much it cost us to fulfill that session, their estimated lifetime gross profit, and the new option, the upsell option, to make sure that it made sense to put these people on an upsell. If you work in a gym or any sort of service business, more than likely you're going to have people grandfathered in at old rates. You're going to have people on lower service levels before you had a higher service level, and that is easy pickings. Do it. Don't skip it. Do it. Today, right now, stop the video, look at your current client list, and offer them more service. It could be simple as sending a text. It's better to have a one-on-one conversation, but if you're an online service business, send them a message. Hey, I was thinking about you. I looked at what the difference in service levels is, and I have this level of service, which is only this much more expensive. Are you interested? And more than likely, if you do a good job, they're going to say yes to more. Now, the second way you can get more customers, and this is a bit more complicated, but I only want to talk about 4 main things. We're going to glance over one thing, lead generation, and we're going to give you 3 sales frameworks to improve your close rates and make more money in your pocket, in your business. First of all, lead generation is an entire different topic in itself, but you need to be getting leads. Pretty obvious. Cool. Okay, covered that. First sales framework we're going to talk about cost $50,000. The owner of the gym told me that he paid a consultant $50,000 for one of his other businesses, and during one of their one-on-one meetings, he gave him this sales framework, and it is called NBAT. N-B-A-T. The N stands for need, the B stands for budget, the B stands for authority, and the T stands for timeline. Now, the way he had told me about using this framework was after the sales conversation turned into a close, which is after you tell someone the price. I viewed it, and I've used it for the last 2 people that I've signed up, as a way to pre-frame the sales conversation. So when they walk in, I start asking them questions, building some rapport, and then I identify their needs. And I reiterate their needs to them. Okay, so you're telling me that you have back pain and you'd like to get out of this back pain, right? It can be a little bit more complicated than that, more simple than that. Who knows? You need to be able to identify the need of your customer. Then I asked them, did you have a budget in mind when you walked in today? It's been 50-50 whether or not someone says they have a budget in mind or whether they don't. One person said they didn't, and one person revealed to me that they had been working with personal trainers for 6 years. And they're like, personal training is personal training. It is what it is. It is going to cost what it is. Cost isn't really an issue for me. Authority, you can usually make a judgment call whether or not they have the authority to make a purchasing decision, but it is important to ask if all of the decision makers are there before going into the sales conversation. And that could be whether if you have a couple, you know there's the authority there, or if you've got someone that's single, all the authority is there. You can kind of use your judgment. It's best to ask if you aren't sure. And then timeline. When do you want to start? When do you want to start seeing results? And if they don't say now, then you need to change their mind, help them identify and change beliefs that it needs to happen now. Once you've gone through all those questions, answered all those questions, addressed those questions, then you move on to the close. And after you close, after you start closing, a crucial piece to do is listen. You have to listen. When I first started selling, I would get really excited about the product. But now, more than ever, I've learned, especially even talking with my girlfriend, you have to listen in order to understand what the other person is going through. And in the most recent new member I closed, she actually identified that I was using the quote-unquote golden silence, which is a negotiating tool that you may learn if you start reading some sales books or negotiating books or going through some negotiation courses, the golden silence. But what it really is expressing empathy by listening. You show them that you care by listening. You say what you have to say, then you let it simmer, especially after you say something about the price. You say the price, and you shut the fuck up. You just listen. You hear what they have to say, you let it simmer for a little bit, and you just wait. It can be awkward. You could be really excited to say something else, but I can get you a discount. Just let it simmer for a second. Let it simmer for a second. We have all this, and this. Just chill out, bro. Let it simmer for a second. And that is going to do two things. It's going to let your prospect think and make a decision by themselves, and it's going to show that you care about them because you're listening to them. And this you may hear as more of like a soft selling skill, but to me it's more about just having a conversation. Like if you were to have a conversation with anybody and you just kept talking at them, you probably wouldn't be in that conversation very long. You have to listen. You have to listen, especially in selling. You have to listen to what that person is saying, and they're going to say something, some sort of a objection to why they don't want it to work. So for this example where she actually identified that I was doing this because she is in sales herself, one of the objections that came up was, I have a really busy schedule and I'm not sure I can make the time right away to come in. So I said, are you able to pull out your calendar and we can find some time for you to come in and we'll make it work? And then I shut the fuck up. And she was like, you could tell the question made her a little bit uncomfortable. And then she reached for her purse, pulled out her phone, and started looking through her calendar. Still, haven't said anything. Kept looking through her calendar. I was just making eye contact, smiling. Yeah, we're going to do this. And that wasn't even intentional. It was like, okay, I want to make this work. And that leads me to my third sales trick, which isn't a trick at all. And that is conviction in the product that you're selling. This is the biggest golden nugget of this video right here. So hopefully you watched till the end. If you did, you're savage. Love you. But conviction in what you're selling is going to overcome any objection, because someone's going to say something and you're like, hey, I really believe in this and I want you to get better. I want you to find the solution that you're looking for. So I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep telling you to do it and finding ways that we can make it happen until it happens, because I believe so much in this solution that I feel like it would be a disservice for you to walk out the door. And that has to come with belief in the product. And really what the selling is that you do is a transference of beliefs. You have to make someone believe the same things that you're believing. And if you wouldn't use the product yourself, or if you wouldn't sell the product to your grandma, then it's going to be a lot harder to transfer your set of beliefs to them. So for me, I've been personal trained myself. I've been through physical therapy. I've been through nutrition coaches. I believe in that product, and that's why I became a personal trainer. So I have no problem selling personal training because of what a fundamental belief I have in that product and how it's changed my own life. Because I know fitness is a solution when approached appropriately. And that's the difference between something that was on our old pricing scheme, which was like one time a week. You could come in for one session a week, which I don't believe in. So I can't comfortably sell you one personal training session a week when you want to lose 30 pounds, because I don't believe that is the solution that is right for you. But 3 times a week, now we can actually start to make a progress as a minimum. 2 times a week with some homework, we can work with that. But you can't come in 1 time a week for an hour and expect to be fucking Iron Man when you're done. Having conviction in the product you're selling is going to be the biggest sales tip. So, if anything, find a different industry to work in, make the product better, try the product yourself. If you wouldn't buy the product yourself, then you're not gonna have the greatest sales career. Maybe that's just my opinion. But if you find a product that you truly believe in, you're gonna be a fucking animal. A fucking animal, dude. You're gonna kill it. So, 3 things that we covered. Make your current customers worth more by offering them higher levels of service. Get new customers with 3 sales frameworks: NBAT, Golden Silence, and Conviction. To summarize this video, get fucking after it. Do the things you said you were going to do. Keep drawing every single day. Take some notes. Implement right now. If something stuck out to you, pause the video, write it down, go implement. You do not have to finish this video. If something stuck out to you, go implement right away. Be a savage. Love you guys. Keep growing. Dedicated to growth. Let's go.